Woo! Coming up today on This Is True Really News.
No stories about people with strange last names that we hope.
Yeah, well, you know, we're getting stuff from Jessica Thompson, though, so...
Yeah, Jessica's a little odd at times.
She was little.
Do you know how I know she's a little off?
Oh.
Oh, come on. She listens to us.
There we go. Let's hope she
Jessica, were you dropped
too.
on concrete when you were a child? Did anyone ever throw you up and you hit the ceiling? I did that to my granddaughter. Now she's a hippie.
You hit the ceiling with your granddaughter?
Well, when we moved in, right, our house was all these tiny little rooms because it was built in the 60s.
Yep, that's true.
So that was the end of that.
Yeah.
So when we moved in, Robin put up with it for a while, grumbling all the way.
Yep.
Because I know in her head, she already had this figured out when we looked at it the first time.
Sure.
We're taking out that wall, opening up the basement staircase, put a railing there. But there's like a 2-foot part of that wall that's still...
That's right. It's that's a feature holding up your house there.
Yeah, it's probably a load-bearing hunk of something.
Yep.
So I've got Shelby.
Yep.
And Jake was there picking up the girls. This is how you endear yourself to your son-in-law. So
yes,
I'm just
of course.
Tossing her up, like you do with little kids. And I tossed her up, and she gets all straight up when she gets a bang. Ah!
And Jake said to his dog, "Go!"
She is still my sweetie, though.
Anyway, if you like this kind
Shelby,
of
you have red hair.
storytelling-
Grandpa, I've had red hair for a month and a half. Have I seen you in that time? Several times. Did I say anything? Not once. I'll shut up now then. Thank you.
So, if you like that kind of storytelling, please like, subscribe, and follow This Is True Really News. If you want to send us a long missive to tell us to stop, make it good, because we've been insulted by really
The best,
good
really. I
insulters.
mean,
Yeah.
honestly.
Yeah. And you can't be lame. We're going to make fun of you no matter what. But, send
We'll
the
pick
missive.
that rascal apart like we do all these other intelligently writ stories.
Wait, we're talking about the mainstream press writing good stories. I want you to think about what you just said.
That doesn't make any sense, does it?
Yeah, you go sit in the corner and think about what you've done now.
No, I can't do corners.
Oh, why?
Because now I'm a patron of the National Dizzy and Balance Center. Don't laugh, there is one.
Yeah, I know.
And a lot of it I have to do in a corner because should I get nationally dizzy or unbalanced,
Yeah.
they don't want me just to, fall.
Is there any such thing as a regional dizzy?
I don't know. I prefer the locals.
I was going to say, I'd rather be dizzy right where I am.
It's kind of like, beer. If you can find a really good local made beer or a local dizzy, best to
They're
go.
good. So
I dated a local dizzy in high school once, but that's a whole other story.
So,
sorry.
If you want to send us a story,
We're not even into the show yet, are we?
We can't get there.
Holy buckets, Batman.
If you want, send anything longer than the comments you leave right where you found us to TITR@netradio.network.
This is True, Really News with Scott Combs and Tony Vercanis. All the news you're about to hear is true,
Really?
as far as you know.
Okay, be honest. That was painful.
More painful than you know.
I mean, we were doing it, and it was painful.
My hemorrhoids complained.
Probably a fetish for that. So, looking for something else to do in Washington, D.C. besides endless monuments and galleries and hot air?
Oh, yes, please.
Check out, and honest to God, road trip is coming, dude.
Okay.
Well, WUSA is suggesting to check out the Museum of Failure.
Is it located within the halls of Congress?
I would think it is the halls of Congress.
My point.
No, they were okay for a while. The first 40 years or so.
You think so?
Yeah, they were okay.
All
After the
right.
Revolution, you go into the probably in the 1840s.
Once all the dueling stopped, I think we were in pretty good shape. After Andrew Jackson, maybe.
We were pretty normal until right up around the Civil War, and then things got really nuts.
Yeah, okay. I get that.
And afterwards, well... The Museum of Failure is the brainchild of Dr. Samuel West. The Museum of Failure is a traveling exhibit that features some of history's biggest boo-boos. Biggest oopses, biggest, if you will, busts. No, Dolly Parton's not there. Put your eyes back in your head.
One man can hope.
You will see an exhibit on Crystal Pepsi.
Boing, 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 boing.
Thirsty Cat, the fish-flavored water for your kitty. I honestly,
not in my house.
If you have any Crystal Pepsi left, you just open it, let it go flat, and give that to your cat. It'll work.
Better.
We couldn't work worse. We need to be better at learning from failure, said West. Yeah, you would think, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
And yet,
no.
We seem to be armed more with shovels. Keep digging.
Digging, absolutely.
I want visitors, he said, to recognize that failure is an essential part of progress and innovation. So, with any luck in our lifetime, Congress will figure it out. My kids' lifetime? Grandkids.
We are doomed. They're all idiots.
That's why I love you. You're always the optimist.
Yeah.
Remember when you didn't want to go to Congress? You did it because it was your duty?
Yep.
You did your time there and went back to your job.
Yeah. Went back and took care of the farm.
Now, how many thousands of people, it's their job. Some sort.
Oh, a permanent job for their whole lives. They've never held anything in the private sector.
Do you imagine how much money we could save? Can you imagine how many sports stadiums we could build if we got rid of some of the bureaucrats so that the millionaires and billionaires that own franchises didn't have to spend their hard-earned money?
Right. That's exactly right.
There's no winner in that one. The museum also includes a failure confessional, where visitors can in fact leave their own personal flops behind. Got to hurry, though. Museum's checking out December 10th.
Oh.
It's traveling. I wonder where it's going next. Listen, you do whatever drivel you've got planned. Okay. I'm going to see if I can figure out where it's going.
A couple that were spawned by Jessica
Don't talk
Thompson.
out loud, though, because that'll confuse me.
Yeah, right. This from Variety. Thank you, Jessica. Something wicked this way comes on the packaging of Mattel's Wicked dolls.
You're an evil being.
There's a website listed on the toy box, but instead of linking to the webpage for the movie adaptation of the Tony-winning musical starring Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande, Mattel has mistakenly listed the URL to a pornographic website.
Well, yeah, when you put www.wicked.com, what are you hoping for?
I'm hoping for the movie stuff.
No, dude, that was gone. Come on, wicked.com?
Yeah, that had to be gone a long time ago.
I mean, when they started licensing domain names.
That one was one of the first gone. The film's official website was wickedmovie.com. But the address listed on the plastic packaging for the special edition dolls created in partnership with Universal Pictures is written wicked.com as aforementioned by Antoine Gazinga, boy pugilist. The latter website directs to a page that requires users to be 18 years old. I hope
Bob Karn doesn't listen to this.
Now, I told you that story to tell you this one. It was sometime around 1990. Now, this is a first-person internet story, right? Yeah. I was a team leader in our federal contracting office around 1990. Keep that year in mind because the World Wide Web was still fairly new. We finally got internet services, and some of my team members needed help navigating the new World Wide Web. So I held an impromptu training session in our conference room to demonstrate to my team how to access and navigate the internet and how to search for sources. And we did that a few times, as I recall.
Yep.
We used the largest big screen monitor we could locate. I'd asked for a few of my buyers to bring in a few of their newest purchase requests to use as examples. We were all gathered around, and I grabbed the first purchase request to demonstrate a search. The first purchase request was for the red flashing lights that are mounted on bunkers that warn testers that munitions were going live and not to approach. So I showed everyone how to log into the internet and find the search engine. I next typed in a short description of the red flashing lights, and a web page full of full frontal, big busted nudes and scantily clothed women immediately appeared on the monitor screen in some pornography site entitled Red Light District.
Yeah.
Amidst my total embarrassment, all I could say was, and welcome to the World Wide Web, ladies and gentlemen. It took me a while to live that one down. One of the positive side effects, though, was I rarely had any late or missing team members at my impromptu training sessions. Let's see what kind of crap they're going to come up with. Reminds me of when Ian was in high school.
Dude. I'm sorry, go ahead.
His buddy said they were doing some sort of report. They were online, and his buddy says, we got to go, check the White House site and see what goes on. He says, yeah. And Ian goes, well, what's the URL? And he said, whitehouse.com. It was a porn site.
Yeah. You know why?
Because it wasn't whitehouse.gov.
Yep. One more time. Yep. Okay, I can't.
Why?
I just found the Museum of Failures wiki page.
Yeah.
It was founded after Samuel West visited the Museum of Broken Relationships in Zagreb. I don't even want to know. And I can't find, it opened in 2017 in LA. It's been in Minnesota. It was at the Mall of America at some point.
Oh, shoot. I missed that.
New York, Los Angeles, but it does, right now it says temporarily closed. So it must, okay. So things on display.
Yeah.
Apple Newton.
Wow.
Remember this? I vaguely remember Bic for her.
Yes.
I think that was about a 20-second ad campaign.
Yep.
Some lobotomy instruments.
Oh, how nice for those.
Harley Davidson cologne. Mm-hmm. Sony Betamax.
Oh, yeah.
Lego. Fiber optics. Lego. That way you can see what you stepped on after you stepped on it.
Oh.
They also had something called Colgate lasagna, but that's in dispute because that only was around for its COVID years.
This is the nicest minty lasagna I've ever tasted.
I think ew, just yeah, ew.
Italian sausage and minty toothpaste taste.
So now I got to do some more snooping to find out if we can figure out if it's going to open somewhere again.
Okay, you going to do a story then?
Sure.
Okay.
If there was ever a place where it would be better to let a dropped Apple Watch go, if there was ever a place, where it would be better to let a dropped Apple Watch go,
I thought someone was under a tree trying to do the Isaac Newton thing.
I thought it was Isaac Newton.
Well, there we go.
He's dead, you know.
I
didn't even know he's sick. That line works no matter what. ABC News, because they can't figure out real news, reported that on September 19th, passersby called police when they heard a woman yelling for help from within the outhouse.
Help, Cecil, help!
Oh, no.
I'm coming, Minnie boy!
Yes, she'd lowered herself into the outhouse toilet to retrieve her Apple Watch.
Another one? Good Lord.
The problem, of course, is she ended up falling into the... Yeah. Can we just call it muck without having to get too graphic? Unable to climb back out, the woman resorted to yelling for assistance, which is also dangerous, considering where she was. Eventually, first responders got her out. They must have been happy as hell to be at work that day.
I'll bet she was thrilled, too.
What'd you do today, Dad? Pulled a woman out of some crap.
What kind of crap? Yep.
State police issued a statement with a warning to any fumble-fingered person who might follow the woman's, for example, if you lose an item in an outhouse toilet, do not attempt to venture inside the containment area. Serious injury may occur. See? Wordy. We could edit that.
You could drown on poop.
State police issued a statement with a warning to any fumble-fingers who might follow the woman, for example, into the toilet. Don't!
Yep. Stop
Are you
that.
stupid?
Buy the insurance.
I don't have Apple Care. I don't.
It's your problem.
No one here cares.
Why is the Apple Watch not on your wrist? What happens?
There's my favorite thought of, I'll never be clean again.
Right? It's just
ever.
She walks around the rest of her life with incense burning. Unclean! Unclean!
People will Nice part is if there's a line, they move right out of the way. Of course, the club empties when I go in, but hey.
Yeah, well, even with the Cloud Soft toilet paper, it's just not gonna happen.
Even the Bears wouldn't bring it over.
So, as long as we were on mishaps with the
Please squeeze the Charmin. Sorry.
internet, with the internet, the world famous sporting brand that is the Dallas Cowboys,
They're a famous brand?
Suffered
Because they're a
greatly.
pretty freaking pathetic football team.
They kind of suck, don't they?
Oh, no, that kind of.
It was in the 2000.
Wait, hang on. Does anyone outside of Dallas,
Yeah.
you remember, America's team?
Yeah. Right.
Does anybody outside of Dallas Cowboy fans feel even a little bit bad for them?
No, not in the least.
Almost, though. I'm bordering on almost feeling bad for them.
Well, with Dak's
Because they look
hair.
so pathetic.
Oh yeah, they look horrible.
But even with Dak, they didn't.
no, they didn't look very good.
I mean, the team just. So I figured out what they need. New owner.
Right. Well, new coaching for sure.
Of course, you've got the guy in Carolina who's done wonders with his franchise.
Well, but the new America's team, the Kansas City Chiefs, is doing just fine.
They are not America's team. There is
They're
no America's team.
They're America's team.
There is no America's
I
team.
was born in
because there are
Kansas.
too many.
They're America's team.
Unclean.
It was the 2010 football season. And
Have I told you why Kansas City sucks?
many
Super Bowl.
times.
Number
Super Bowl
4.
When they beat the powerful Minnesota Vikings.
They were a beast that year.
I had
22.
expected that we would win, and I was a little disappointed as a child.
I still hate Lenny Dawson. And he's dead.
And he's a great quarterback. I love the picture.
No! He was an average-ass bastard who had a great coach and some fine players around him who were also bastards.
I remember the picture.
All of them were founded in orphanage for football-playing bastards.
of him.
Wait a minute, hang on. If you have kids listening, you might want to cover their ears now.
It was a little late to give that warning.
Or that.
And the bastard's out of the box, dude. So my favorite picture of Len Dawson is him at halftime having a smoke on the bench.
Yeah, but that could have been any game.
Yeah, right?
What I like is they had a movie of one of the thing, and they're showing the team bus going into and it's a movie.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very realistic because 3 guys in front are smoking cigars.
Mm-hmm. God, that's fantastic. Anyway,
those were the days when men were men and the women were nervous.
The Dallas Cowboys was on one of their worst losing streaks ever recorded. And speculation that head coach Wade Phillips was rumored to be getting the sack further compounded more misery to the NFL franchise. As if the on-the-field action was bad enough for the fans and staff alike, behind the scenes on one Sunday in November of 2010, the team briefly lost their online identity for about 24 hours.
What, they became the New York Jets?
No, they'd forgotten to renew their online domain, DallasCowboys.com.
So now, for 20 minutes, it was a porn site.
For 24 hours.
It was a porn site.
No.
Should have been. Everything else is.
Well, I think you're going to like this one. Luckily for the team and a member of the staff who was tasked with overseeing such things, caught it and got the domain back for the princely sum of $9.99.
So somebody can catch something in Dallas.
However, while working out the particulars, the homepage of the Cowboys was replaced by a picture of children playing soccer.
Nah, it's not porn, but it ain't bad.
No.
If you want porn, you got to go to the game and watch the cheerleaders.
That's pretty darn good.
That's. Do you realize there were Dallas Cowgirl cheerleaders and we still had the St. Louis Parkettes?
Yes, we did.
In Minnesota?
Yeah.
Ours were still better. Dallas Cowboys, America's stain.
Yeah, everyone knows it's in Kansas City. I mean, not the stain. The Dallas Cowboys are in Kansas City. No, that's not right. They were the
Dallas Texans.
Were in Houston. No, they were in Dallas.
No, they were the Dallas Texans, and they moved to Kansas City and
became
sucky
Kansas City Chiefs.
I used to love the Dallas. I used to love the Kansas City, Oakland when both teams were good.
Yeah, yeah.
Because they had like a 127-year-old kicker who had to be the backup quarterback.
Blanda? Yeah.
Beat Kansas City.
Yep.
who was smart enough to move them down the field into field goal range and then kick the winning field goal.
Himself. You know what I loved about
I can't explain, though, why I liked Hank Stram later. I can't stand Lenny Dawson.
I kind of admire
If you mention Bobby Bell's name to me, I get
Bobby Bell.
nauseous.
Bobby Bell. Bobby Bell. Bobby Bell. Bobby Bell. Bobby Bell. Okay, you've lost weight. You can thank me later.
This is true, really news. Send email to TITR@netradio.network.